Lab number 75. In this lab, we will try to report a bug in our mobile application using mobile quality assurance service on Bluemix. We will start with opening the web browser and navigating to Bluemix. Here you will need to log in with your credentials. And after login, we should get inside the dashboard. So now it's time to go to catalog and search for mobile quality assurance. This service is located under mobile categories, so we can just scroll down a bit. And here we go, mobile quality assurance service. So just select it and click create. There is no need to change anything here. And now when we have a service instance running, it's time to create a first application and add a platform for that. So let's click on new MQA app, select the name, let's call it Canteen. Just click enter and let's add a platform. We will need to select only Android because we don't have any iOS SDK here on Linux. So just select Android and click submit. So now the platform is created. Next step for us is actually download the SDK and install it within the MobileFirst Platform Cordova project. So it's pretty simple to do. You just need to click on download SDK. This link will try to open in a pop-up window in case it will be blocked. Like in my case, just click here and open this link manually. So we need to select Mobile Quality Assurance plugin for Apache Cordova to download. This is what we will be using because we have a Cordova project right here. So just click on this plugin and it will start downloading. So the plugin is quite heavy because it actually contains native source code. So it's not only the JavaScript part, it's only part of it is JavaScript, and other parts are actually native code for Android and iOS. And it will take some time for download, not a lot with my internet connection, so let's wait until it will finish. So now I need to go to this folder and actually extract this plugin right here. It will create a Cordova plugin folder with the plugin inside. So now it's time to install it. For that, let's go back to Knowledge Center and select installing the Mobile Quality Assurance plugin page that will actually describe the process of installation. For us, it's pretty simple. We just need to type mfp Cordova plugin add and specify the plugin location, and it will be installed. And the second thing, which is really important, we need to change this custom rules XML to something like custom rules XML bug. Otherwise, the MQA session won't be able to establish. So I will open the studio, text editor that we are using for this project, and open terminal in bottom pane and type this mfp Cordova plugin add and location of our plugin. In my case, it will be home IBM downloads and then Cordova plugin. That's it. As you can see, my plugin is installed successfully. It didn't take a long time. We just need now to go to the platforms here, navigate to Android, and rename this custom rules XML file. Let's rename it as an example, as in Knowledge Center to custom rules XML bug. And the last thing we need to do here is actually add a code that will establish the MQA session. So for that, let's go back to our Knowledge Center and check the second article, which explains the process of starting Cordova session. So what we need to do here is just copy this code with the starting session, and then navigate to our editor, go to www folder JS, index.js file, and put it under well client connect in well command init. just like that. So now the only thing that remains is just to replace the application key that we have here. So we don't need the iOS version, we can simply remove it. And Android key can be taken again from a dashboard with our MQA service by clicking Show Application Key. So just copy this key and pass inside code by replacing this line. That's it, we can save this file. And now it's time to push our application to a Bluemix server. As you remember, we have a Bluemix server with our MobileFirst Platform instance. So if you don't remember the URL of that service, go back to Bluemix and find out the URL of your container. In my case, it looks like this. So don't forget that you need to use port 9080 and workload console inside. I will just log in. So I will add an adapter here. Just select inside the bin folder of canteenPOS WL contain adapter file to deploy the latest version of adapter. And we will also need to push up our application to Bluemix with mfp push Bluemix and then name of our runtime MobileFirst starter. So now our application with the latest version is actually on a Bluemix server of MobileFirst Platform, and we can open additional terminal, run Android AVD, and start the virtual device that we created especially for this lab series. So Nexus 10. Make sure you will put the mark here and have the monitor DPI to 120, otherwise it will be too large for our screen. So it will take some time for emulator to load. Let's wait for it. So now it's started, and we can push our app here. So let's use the command mfp run mfp Cordova run, of course, Cordova run -p, which means platform and Android, to push application here on our Android device. It will take some time, so let's wait until application will be loaded. So now when our application started, we should wait a bit for MQA session to be established, and now as you can see it provides us a window where we can select ourselves. This is happening only in QA mode, of course. In market mode, I mean production mode, we won't be able to see this window, but now we can say who we are, and I will select myself to record the session under myself. And because this is the first launch with MQA libraries inside, it will show me information about how to report bugs or feedback. So as you can see, I can just shake a device and basically I will get into the window with reporting. Unfortunately, with emulator I cannot really do a shake, so I will report it in a different way, but if you're using a real device, the shake is always the best option, of course. So instead of only shake, we can also choose one of the options here. You can see that inside our status bar we have two options to report a feedback, and we also see that we logged as the as myself, and you can type here and select either the bug report, either a feedback. As you can see, this kind of window will show up. We will need to provide information about the bug and so on, so you can actually go through these screens and then click done. So now we have our app fully working as expected, so we can add some items to the order, and at the moment we want to do a bug report. we can just put down the status bar for Android and click on this tab to report a bug and select, for example, report a bug. So below here you can see that we automatically took a screenshot. We can take one more if we want, or just go with this one. If we will click on this screenshot, we'll be able to actually modify it. So by modifying it, I mean you can select one of the instruments, either pen, either a watermark, or just clear what you just draw, and using a finger point what is wrong here. So for example, I will say that here we are missing the time because there is a lot of free space. Let's have a time there to see what is the current time. And this will be a first thing I want to do. So I will click done. Then I will try to display my problem. Something like application functionality improvements needed, something like that. And I will say that I'm missing a timer, just like that. You can select the severity. Let's do it a high severity. What I did, nothing, just open the app. And I can also take one more screenshot if I like. So let me try to take a screenshot. So I will clear the order, do some other actions, and we'll go again and try to report the bug. Actually, as you should see, now we have a second screenshot, because each time we're clicking on add a bug or shaking a device, we are getting to this menu, we are taking one more screenshot. We can also add a screenshot from gallery if we have it. So actually this means that the second screenshot for me is totally different, because it was some time after the first one. I have a bit different screen without an order. So what I can do here, I can just, for example, select this button and say something like instead of only missing a timer, replace logout button with past orders button, something like this. And now I can send this to a server, so my bug will be reported. Together with the bug report, I can also provide a feedback. This is especially valuable in a market mode, and you can give a feedback to your application. So we can click here, and instead of report a bug, give a feedback, selecting how many stars we can give to this app, and under feedback, something like generally fine, something like that, and click send to send the feedback to a server. That's basically it. Our bug report and the feedback went to a server, and let's go back to our dashboard with MQA service to see that it's actually there. So as you can see, it knows that there is one bug. It still doesn't know about the feedback, but probably we just need to refresh the page. Or another option will be to click, for example, on this bug report and load the console for quality assurance. So I will again open manually the new window. And as you can see, I see here now my bug report. So I can click on read more to get the details about it. So I'm able to preview the screenshots in the bigger size. Of course, everything is here. I'm also able to see where I'm located, some information about it, information about my operation system, screen size, device information with the amount of memory, capacity, and so on, and so on. Client libraries, build version, battery level, and other information. I can also go to feedback page to see the feedback that was provided. So as you can see, generally fine, so feedback is also here. Quality assurance, of course, provides some other services like crash reporting and production services like user sentiment analysis that can help you to analyze what people are saying about your application in the marketplace. Is it good or bad? What kind of security issues they're facing, and so on. some management things like distributing the builds, statistics with information about usage, bugs, and so on. So quite a lot of things here, but of course it will make much more sense to use in the real life than to see on this demo example, because we have only one device, only one operation system, and only one crash, only one bug report. I mean, only bug report, no crashes so far. So if you want to have a better understanding what MKA can do for you, just check the documentation and YouTube videos for more information. So on this step, our Lab 7.5 is finished. Thank you.